say Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Shai. First and foremost, want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Shai, Bashem Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders who will our great stone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akiams and the folk on the earth, push the gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom. Right, this evening, I want to do a little commentary on this article, right, in the business section. Right, it's Turkey repatriate gold from the US in bid to ditch dollar. Right, so these nations storing up the golds, right? Turkey, China, Russia, India, South Africa, these countries storing up gold, right? This article was published 20th of April 2018. And Yahweh Hashem Yahushua said the gold is mine. But with these nations storing up these gold for it's the you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, right? They're gonna bring all the riches. Rich in the gold is ours, right? Because these golds, the silver, everything is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua own. And he give it to Yahweh Shai. And the elect gonna join ears with Yahweh Shai. So these nations that stored up all these gold, these silver, and all these wealth. They say who? The nation of Israel, which is your so-called Negro, Latin, Native American Indian, right? It's Ankara, which is in Turkey, has decided to bring back all its gold stored in the U.S. Federal Reserve, according to Turkish media. In recent years, Turkey repatriated 220 tons of gold from abroad, and 28.7 tons was brought back from the U.S. last year. Right, so all this is to punish the U.S. dollar to put the U.S. dollar to debt. Right, these nations now backing their dollar by gold. Right, it's a Turkey gold reserve are estimated at 564 tons and are worth about 20 billion. It's a Turkey newspaper, um, Yeni Safa report. He said this make Ankara the 11th largest gold holder behind the Netherlands and ahead of India. He said the report come at a time when Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has taken it Salaki has taken a torn stand against the U.S. currency, right? So these nations coming against U.S. currency. We see Iran, we see China, right? Russia, all these countries coming against the dollar. Venezuela, right? So this is war, right? He said this week he criticized the dollar loan and said that the international loan should be given in gold instead, right? He said it should be given in gold instead because it's gonna be one rate, right? He said, why do we make all loan in dollars? Because these never make an interest. When they loan their dollars to you, they make an interest off of it, which is usury. He said let's use another currency. I suggest that the loan should be made based on gold, right? So we're going back to the old path, which is the right way, right? He said Erdogan said during a speech at the global in, inter, inter yeah what's that intertermship Congress in Istanbul on April the 16th, according to the Hurriyet. Yeah, the word is interpretership. Yeah, Salaki about that. Yeah, right. He said with the dollar, the world. He said with the dollar, the world is always under exchange rate pressure. Yeah, because it's the tax that the interest that you got to pay on the dollar. So he said with the dollar, the world is always under exchange rate pressure. We should save he said we should save state and nation from this exchange rate pressure, right? And this what these nations doing, they turn away from the dollar, so they have to go through the pressure, right? He said gold has never been a tool of oppression throughout history. He said so. Gold was never, right. Right. He said on April 11, the Turkish lira hit a record low against the dollar, right? He said Turkey is among several countries which have been moving global, moving gold from the U.S. He said the wave began in 2012 when Venezuela announced it was repatriating 160 ton of gold, value at around 9 billion. That's a lot of money. He said Germany, um, Bundish, Bundish Bank then demand 3,000 ton by return, with the Fed saying it would take 7 years to do so. The Netherlands has also repatriated 122.5 ton of gold, right? So these nations take, going after the gold now, like China, these nations, they buying up a set of gold, right? But it's a what? It's a gift to the China Israel, right? All these gold that these heathen have, gonna come to us, right? And he said the central bank started. He said the central banks started the repatriation already a few years ago. He said meaning before we had Brex, the Brex, um, he said Catalonia, right? He said Trump, AFD, of the rising tension between the Pillow in Brussels and the national of the Eastern European. He said Claudio Grass of Precious Metal. He said advisory Switzerland told RT. He said according to him, the world is becoming less centralized. If we follow this trend, it should be obvious that the next step should be even bigger even bigger break up into smaller units that the nation state with such geopolitical fragmentation comes also to the decentralization of power, right? So these nations deceiving America, by what? By turning away from them. Once they were all allies, right? They were all friends, right? So now these nations moving away, because it's prophecy, right? It's about prophecy, right? It is prophecy, right? Let me just get this is Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. So all these nations, these like Russia, China, India, South Africa, Turkey, Venezuela, all these places, they're storing up their gold. The day of the Lord wrath, they're not gonna save them, right? He said, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. And what's the fire the most high jealousy? Them nukes, them nuclear weapons with the ICBM missile. For he shall make it, for he shall make even a speedy residence of all them that dwell in the land. Right? So the most high gonna destroy these nations, the military, the most high gonna destroy them, right? Most high gonna destroy these nations, right? Isaiah, right? Most high gonna destroy these nations. This is Isaiah, right? Before I get Isaiah, let me get show that the gold, silver, all is the most high own, right? So the Most High gathering up back his gold and his silver, right? With this nation take, right? So the Most High gathering up back all his gold and his silver, so they could bring it back onto the house of Israel, right? Let's load up here. This is Haggai, right? Chapter 2, um, verse 7. And I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fit this I will fill this house with glory, which is the house of Israel, right? Which is your so-called Negroes, Latin, Native American, and with the elect, right? I will fill this house with glory, said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua of hosts. The silver is mine, and the gold is mine, said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua of hosts. So all them gold and silver, these nations heaping up is to bring back to the Most High, right? They bring it back to the Most High because they stole it for the first place. That is not their own. That is our wealth that these nations have, right? So the Most High got them back everything back, right? So all these nations see buying up gold and silver and all these things to bring back to the children of Israel, right? This is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 9. He says, surely the isles shall wait for thee, and the ship of Tarshish for us to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them. So these nations gonna bring the silver and the gold with them unto the name of the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, thy power, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he had glorified thee. Who he glorified? The nation of Israel, which is you so-called Negroes, Latins, and Native American Indian, right? And the sons of stranger, these heathens, shall build up thy wall. They're gonna build our kingdom, right? The so-called Negroes, Latins, Native American Indian build the so-called white man kingdom. They build America. They build his kingdom. So these heathen now, right? They're gonna build our kingdom now, and that is fear. That is righteous recompense, right? He said, and the sons of stranger, which is the heathen nation, starting with the so-called white man, right, shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. They're gonna be our servants. For in my wrath I smote thee. So the Most High was angry with us, and he put his hand on us. But in my favor have mercy on thee. So the Most High have mercy only to Jacob, right? The Most High only show mercy to Jacob, which is the elect, the house of David, house of Dawada is beloved, right? Verse 11, therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night. This is the kingdom. He said that men may bring unto thee the force of the Gentiles. They're going to bring all the gold, the silver, everything they're going to bring. All these things belongs to us, right? The force of the Gentiles is heathen nation, right? And that their kings may be Salaki, and that their kings may be brought, right? So this is why you see these nations, got up all these gold and these silver. It's to bring to the children of Israel, right? They're gonna bring all these to us, and they're gonna build back our kingdom. So this article here, right? All these gold of these nations um gotten up together is to bring back to the children of Israel, right? So the Most High got no back his wealth, which is his gold, right? Mainly the house of David, which is his jewelry, which is the house of David, which is the 144,000, and the one third military is elect, right? But all these gold and silver belongs to the Most High too. So the Most High got no back these things to give us back our wealth, right? And with that, Hope Blessings Edify, I want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders who rule by that great millstone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akims and the folk on the earth, pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom.